Here in the season of spring, we do see our trees and our plants begin to bear leaves at this point. So the trees are turning green, the bud of the leaf starts to come out of the tree, and we see that it is alive, that the tree has not died, that those branches upon it are still healthy and attached to that tree. But certainly it is the case that sometimes over winter you can have a branch that does die, that maybe because of heavy snowfall breaks at the root. Maybe it is still even seems to be attached to the tree, but as the rest of the tree leaves begin to come out, that branch remains dead. And there is that important connection with the idea of the vine and the branches and the fruit that we have in today's gospel. For if Jesus, again, is the vine, he is the root, he is the one that is connected to the earth, and he is the one that produces that nourishment and that life for the branches. And yet we can recognize that sometimes those branches are not fully connected to Christ and are lacking even the signs of life, that signs of true spiritual life. And from, again, a worldly perspective, it might seem that, it still seems to be attached to the tree, or it still looks like any other branch. From that real spiritual aspect and that spiritual vision, say, no, it doesn't really have life in it. It doesn't even have any leaves upon the tree or upon that branch. That is then one of those parts of that consideration. But then the next part is, does that branch bear fruit? Because I think sometimes we can be also caught up in the idea, the branch has leaves on it. And so it's got life in it. It's attached to the vine. It's attached to the tree. It's attached to Christ. It must be good, or it must be producing fruit. But that's not always the case. And that is an important remembrance and consideration as well, that even that vine which looks healthy from that spiritual sense and maybe has leaves upon it, doesn't always bear fruit. And that is the distinction that I think is helpful for us to remember today. To say, yes, we hope and we believe that we are attached to Jesus, the vine, that we have some semblance of that spiritual life. There are leaves upon us, the branch. But there's that difference between saying, yes, we are attached to Jesus, we believe in Jesus, we seek to pray and build that relationship with him. We have his grace in us. Versus saying, okay, now the Lord is calling you to bear fruit. You need to take another step. What does it mean to bear fruit? To win souls for Christ. To truly be evangelists. To truly go out and proclaim, calling others to that faith. Is that part of our understanding of ourselves? Is that part of our mission? Is that part of what we try to do? Because it's not just enough to be attached to the Lord. He says, if you do not bear fruit, you will be removed. We hope that we are attached now, yes. And we recognize there are other branches that are perhaps not attached, that can be grafted onto that tree of life, that themselves can experience that grace and that transformation, the power of the vine and the vine grower, and themselves can bear fruit. But if we do not seek them, if we simply say, I believe and that's enough, chances are we're missing something. Brothers and sisters, we go forth in this Easter season recognizing Jesus as the true vine. Let us live and be participants in that vine, that his life might flow in us, And by that life and by that grace, we might be true witnesses to the world, calling others to repentance, calling others to faith, calling others to believe all that Jesus has taught and commanded, that they might come to know that power of his life as well, that together with Christ we might bear fruit, that we might win souls for salvation, for the glory of God, and that we all might be one vine, one in union with him and in love with one another.